Can we talk about Al Kooper, the singer that is? I'm going to put my microphone on so it records pretty good. Uh, there we go. Now, Al Kooper spells his name A-L for Al, Kooper with a K, Kooper. He liked Bob Dylan. Well, he found out where he was recording at his studio, and somehow works him in, sneaking in there. Basically, now this is on YouTube too. He tells the story, or there's a long story. Maybe I watched half an hour on YouTube last night. I knew Al Kooper from having read his book called Backstage Passes back many years ago when I was trying to become famous, when he was famous. And well, what happened is that there was only room for one of us to become famous, and well, he got to Bob Dylan first, and there was an organ in there. They weren't going to use that organ. In fact, he wasn't an organ player. He's a guitar player. At the time, he was 20. 20 when he got in that studio, sat down by that organ, and did not know much about that organ. That's not one that he was familiar with, from what I understand. This is a true story now. Listen up, because if he can do it, you can do it. So what happens next is they were going to run a second attempt to record Like a Rolling Stone. So they did session one, wasn't happy with it. So they did a second session. Now, sometimes they do 6, 7 sessions before they get it right. But they did the second session, and Al Kooper decides he's going to play with them, and he's going to play that daggone organ. That organ, I don't think, was written into the song. Diet Coke. So they start that song up, and he starts playing the organ. That wasn't even part of the song. Now, this is going to be a short video because it happened so quick they didn't do a retake. That second attempt, which was his first shot at it, and people didn't know who he was. But they had a mixer there, and you can mix loudness of different instruments. You can probably make your voice bassy or anything, more treble. Well, is that a word? So anyhow, they're playing it back. The second studio session that they just recorded. And only Bob Dylan paid attention to the organ. He said to the others, turn that organ up. Now, this is when they were playing it, the recording, after it had been done. Turn that recording up. Just on that organ. Turn it up higher. Turn it up higher. This is a song like a Rolling Stone that we're talking about. That organ wasn't supposed to be in there. Guess what song becomes number one? Not only on the album, either months or a year. That song, Like a Rolling Stone, was a hit. Well, here we go. The phone starts ringing for Al Kooper. Nobody knew who Al Kooper was, so they had to call the studio, find out who Al Kooper was, and how to get hold of him. So here now, he gets a phone call from one of the Rolling Stones, either Keith Richards or it wasn't Mick Jagger's. I think he said it was Keith Richards. He said you wouldn't have time to play the organ part of our songs. We're producing some albums here, talking about the Rolling Stones. Well, of course he had time. And then the next week or two, I think it was George Harrison calls from the Beatles and says, we need that sound you got on the organ. You think you can make any time to help us out and do the organ part? And Al Kooper, probably a musician you never heard of before. And I only know of him because I bought his book, Backstage Passes, to find out what goes on after the concert's over. What are they doing back there? Do they have all their friends come back and drink with them, or is it something different? Al Kooper is on, at least his videos, I don't know if he's still on, but I saw several videos last night on YouTube. I'm thinking he's still alive. He's not what you call he's not a chick magnet anymore. Okay, I can say that. But the interviews and the music and all, it's worth spending the rest of the night or the day checking out. Now, I'm sharing this because I've known him mentally for many, many, many years, probably since teenage years. And I did not know that he was the cause, most likely, for the success of the Rolling Stone, of Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone. I love that song. I had all of Bob Dylan's songs memorized. It was in a booklet as I was learning to play, and he used 3 chords for all songs, according to the booklet that I learned from, C, F, and G. I think it was G7, but I'm not sure. C, F, and G7. I think that's what it was. And all the songs were played in those 3 notes, either as a chord or picking them, or however you wanted to do it. Now, have you learned something today that's been fun? Something to stimulate your mind. And again, his name's Al Kooper, with a Kooper, not a C. And I want to thank you for visiting me. I know this is rough because uh, that's the way things roll around here. You like my house? You, it's a good house. And I actually sometimes maybe wear a different hat. You know, um, I get them at Goodwill. That's uh, that's where I buy all my stuff. And except for this computer, this computer I bought, it's Dell, Dell. It's Dell computer. Got it for $50 from eBay, and also the mic. The mic was a $10 mic, Elijah Tech from Amazon. And what else can I tell you? I bought this from a store called Five and Below. Um, I'm going to make this a better studio in the future so that more people will come to see me. But right now, we're doing better than I ever expected. We're just doing better. But more memberships than I could have imagined, more views than I ever thought. And keep that money coming, Google. Google owns this, you know. So keep the money coming, and I'll polish up this studio a little bit better. Have a good day, and don't forget to don't subscribe. I think that's what they say, or do they say don't forget to subscribe? Heck, I forgot what they say on the other YouTube sites. I think they said don't forget to not subscribe.